Hello everyone, this is Varaprasad and I am presenting you the daily current affairs which are useful for SSC, RRB and other government examinations. Let us start the session. Airtel Payments Bank has joined hands with MasterCard to develop a special type of payment solutions such as contactless payments via NFC, near field communication, credit facility and other neighborhood banking services for Indian farmers and small and medium enterprises. The payment solutions provided by MasterCard will enable Airtel Payments Bank's 4 crore customers to access a large market base, receive payments easily into their bank accounts, safeguard their money against risks associated with cash, and get easy access to credit. This alliance is in line with Government of India's Digital India and the banking approach for every Indian will help MasterCard's global and local experiences developing advanced financial solutions while it will also benefit from the distribution network of Airtel Payments Bank. The Border Road Organization has dug up a 440-meter tunnel below Chamba town in Uttarakhand under the Chardham project, which would reduce the journey through the town to only 10 minutes as compared to 30 minutes that commuters need to spend now to cross the city. Our Border Road Organization team has made a major breakthrough in Chardham project. They have successfully dug up 440-meter long tunnel below Chamba town on Rishikesh Darasu Highway, National Highway 94, and the Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari tweeted. While sharing the breakthrough event of Chamba Tunnel, Gadkari said that opening of the tunnel will ease out congestion through Chamba town. The tunnel will facilitate all-weather connectivity to Chardham, Gangotri, Kedarnath, Yamunotri and Badrinath, he said. Indian Army officer and woman peacekeeper Suman Gavani, who has served with United Nations mission in South Sudan, have been selected for prestigious United Nations Military Gender Advocate of the Year Award 2019. Suman Gavani becomes the first Indian peacekeeper to win the award. The award will be given during an online ceremony presided over by United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on May 29th, the International Day of UN Peacekeepers. Gavani joined the Indian Army in 2011, where she graduated from the Officers Training Academy, then joined the Army Signal Corps. She hails from Pokar village in Tehri Garhwal. From the beginning of her deployment to UN mission in South Sudan in December 2018, she mentored over 230 UN military observers on conflict related to sexual violence and ensured the presence of women military observers in each of mission's team site. She also trained South Sudanese government forces and helped them to launch their action plan on conflict related sexual violence. P. Kumaran appointed as India's High Commissioner to Singapore. He will replace Javed Ashraf, who took over as High Commissioner of India to Singapore in November 2016. The External Affairs Ministry said in a release that Kumaran is expected to take up the assignment shortly. He is at present Ambassador of India to Qatar and has been serving the post since October 2016. Kumaran joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1992 and has served as Deputy High Commissioner at High Commission of India in Colombo from September 2011 to June 2014. He has earlier also served in the High Commission of India in Islamabad and Embassy of India in Washington. LIC has launched Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana, a 10-year issued return scheme for senior citizens over 60 years subsidized by Government of India. Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana is a government-backed pension plan available with LIC for senior citizens. The maximum pension one can get under this scheme is 9,250 rupees per month. The scheme allows for premature exit for treatment of critical and terminal illness of self or spouse. Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana is non-linked, non-participating scheme subsidized by government. This plan will be available for sale commencing from May 26 for 3 financial years, that is up to 31st March 2023. The scheme can be purchased offline as well as online from LIC of India at www.licindia.in. Senior citizens can draw a minimum pension of 1000 rupees per month depending on the amount invested in the scheme. The maximum pension amount is limited to 10,000 rupees per month. The total amount of purchase price under all policies under this plan and all the policies taken under earlier versions of Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana allowed to a senior citizen shall not exceed 15 lakh rupees. Indian American IBM scientist Rajiv Joshi has bagged the prestigious Inventor of the Year award for year 2020. This award is given for his contribution to advancing the electronic industry and improving artificial intelligence capabilities. Dr. Joshi works at IBM Thomson Watson Research Center in New York. This award is presented by New York Intellectual Property Law Association (NYIPLA). The Inventor of the Year is awarded every year to honor the contribution of an inventor towards society, and the winner will be awarded $5,000. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana aims to help fish production to 220 lakh metric tons in the next 5 years. Union Minister for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying Giriraj Singh detailed the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana during a press conference in New Delhi. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana was announced as a part of 20 lakh crore rupees Centre's economic stimulus package in response to COVID-19 and received the Union Cabinet approval on May 20, 2020. It will be implemented for a period of 5 years, that is from financial year 2020-21 to financial year 2024-25 in all states and union territories. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana is dedicated to fishers, fish farmers, fish workers, fish vendors and other stakeholders associated with fisheries sector. Importantly, the scheme is providing insurance coverage for fishing vessels, which is being introduced for the first time. A booklet on Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana was also released during the conference. The main objective of the scheme is to enhance fish production to 220 lakh metric tons by 2024-25 from 137.58 lakh metric tons in 2018-19 at an average annual growth rate of about 9%. It also aims to double incomes of fisheries and export earnings by 2024-25. J.K. Rowling unveils the Ickabog, her first non-Harry Potter children's book. J.K. Rowling has surprised fans with the announcement of a brand new children's book which she is publishing in daily installments on her website for free. The Ickabog is her first children's story not to be linked to Harry Potter. She wrote it over a decade ago for her own children and has now dusted it off. It's for children on lockdown or even those back at school during these strange, unsettling times, she said. She had previously referred to it only as an unnamed political fairy tale. Chapters of the Ickabog are being published daily until 10th July on the Ickabog website. The first 2 chapters, which went online on Tuesday, introduced King Fred, the fearless ruler of Cornucopia, and 5-year-old Bert Beamish. Readers also learned about the myth of the fearsome monster called the Ickabog, which is said to eat children and sheep. The author said she originally intended to release the story after 7th and final Harry Potter novel came out in 2007, but she decided to take a break from publishing and put the manuscript in her attic. Maruti Suzuki said it has joined hands with ICICI Bank to offer retail financing schemes to its customers. As the part of tie-up, ICICI Bank is offering Flexi EMI scheme which enables customers to pay low EMI initially in order to help them overcome the liquidity stress due to COVID-19 pandemic. The auto major said in a statement, the EMI amount starts from 899 rupees on a loan of 1 lakh rupees for the first 3 months. The bank is also offering similar other EMI plans for MSI customers. With Maruti Suzuki's over 3,000 outlets and ICICI Bank's extensive network of over 5,380 branches across India, the offer will definitely benefit the customers of all profiles who are willing to buy a car, it said. While fighting the prevailing COVID-19 crisis, we also need to help customers with attractive auto retail financial solutions, Maruti Suzuki Executive Director Shashank Srivastava said. Fitch Ratings, CRISIL and SBI Research have drastically cut India's economic growth forecast in the current fiscal year due to a prolonged lockdown. While both Fitch and CRISIL projected the economy to contract 5% from their earlier estimates of economic growth at 0.8% and 1.8% respectively, SBI Research slashed economic contraction to 6.8% from earlier 4.7%. CRISIL said it expected the current quarter's GDP to shrink 25% year on year. In its latest report, CRISIL said it would be really a long road to recovery and going back to pre-COVID-19 trend level of GDP in India will not be possible for next 3 fiscal years. The lockdown extension, higher economic costs and an economic package that lacked muscle are the 3 key reasons why CRISIL have downgraded the GDP forecast. Mumbai-based startup has come up with world's first contactless visitor management software with temperature scanner and mask detection. VAMS Safeguard, it is called because it scans body temperature, read faces with a mask on while monitoring social distancing on the premise. The software uses artificial intelligence to allow entry of visitors only who are only compiling to all COVID protection measures. While speaking to Nikhil Kothari, CEO of VAMS Global told, VAMS Safeguard has the ability to scan body temperature and record it, read faces with mask compliance. Moreover, the embedded face and palm recognition sensors provide 100% hands-free user authentication for various applications, including time and attendance access control, visitor management, event management, contractor modules. The embedded face and palm recognition sensors provide 100% hand-free user authentication for various applications, including time and attendance, access control, visitor management, event management, contractor module, along with others. The software monitors no touch, no queue visitor entry, temperature, and mask scanning for employees, visitors, contractors, pre-appointments, Arogya Setu declaration customized questionnaire for visitors for traceability, emergency notification, and real-time visibility of people inside the premise to maintain social distancing. Institute of Integrative Medicine (IIM) in Jammu has collaborated with Reliance Industries Limited (RIL) to develop and increase a new RT-LAMP reverse transcriptase loop mediated isothermal amplification based COVID-19 diagnostic kit. COVID-19 RT-LAMP test is a nucleic acid based test carried out from nasal or throat swab samples from patients. This is a rapid test which can be done within 45 to 60 minutes, a cost-effective and accurate test. The RT-LAMP test has been developed and successfully demonstrated using synthetic templates. RT-LAMP based COVID-19 kit components are easily available and completely manufactured in India. Besides, the RT-LAMP test can be done with minimal expertise in a very basic lab setup like mobile units or kiosks for testing at airports, railway stations, bus stands, and other public places. PFC, Power Finance Corporation, under the Ministry of Power, signed an agreement to fund 22,000 crore rupees with Narmada Basin Projects Company Limited (NBPCL) of Government of Madhya Pradesh for 225 megawatts hydroelectric projects and multi-purpose projects in the state. The 22,000 crore fund will be utilized by NBPCL for setting up the hydroelectric project of 225 megawatts and power components of 12 major multi-purpose projects in Madhya Pradesh, and the spending of the fund amount will be associated with the execution of projects. The 12 major multi-purpose projects includes Basania multi-purpose project, Dindori, Chinki Boras multi-purpose project, Narsingpur, etc. The financial assistance to the NBPCL will be considered by the PFC on the accepted terms of the MOU. Dr. Hema Divakar, a Bengaluru-based medical doctor, has been honored with Global Asian of the Year 2018-19 award in Dubai recently for her human services and contributions to the women's healthcare ecosystem in India. Dr. Divakar received the award at the Asian Business and Social Forum 2019 under the In Service of the Society and Nation category from UAE's Trade Promotion Director Mohammad Nazar Hamdan Al Jabi. The award is conferred on those who stand out for vision, action, and ingenuity and represent contemporary ideas to make global impact. The last one of the session is SKIMS in Srinagar gets its first kind of its infectious disease block facility. Lieutenant Governor's Advisor Basir Ahmad Khan inaugurated first of its kind infectious disease block facility at Sher-i Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences at Sora in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. It was an initiative for the treatment of COVID-19 and other pathological infected patients. The advisor stressed on regular health checkup of staff as well as patients are safe while visiting or staying at the block. He also gave instructions to ensure optimum use of booths for screening of patients and emphasized for maintaining proper social distancing protocol. The infectious disease block is equipped with superlative quality facilities which consists of 40-bed isolation ward, 15-bed high dependency isolation ward and an intensive care unit. The center will also have a 4-bedded reverse osmosis and dialysis unit, independent portable X-ray and ECG. At present, the block shall be used solely for treatment of COVID-19 related patients, which gradually shall facilitate treatment to all infectious disease patients. We are providing you the PDF of this entire session in the description box below. People who want to download the PDF can go to the description box and click on that link so that you can download the PDF. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates. Please give your valuable suggestions in the comment box.